What's going on, guys? So in today's edition of Sasuke Shinden, the Teacher Star Pupil, we're going to be talking about Sasuke overseeing Sarada Sharingan training, and this is very intense training in my opinion, and I really love these small moments where you see Sasuke and Sarada and they're spending their time together. And what I really like about this scene is the fact that the way that Sasuke is training Sarada is something very subtle, but it's also huge for her character development, and it's huge for her gaining real battle experience. So for those of you guys who are new and don't know what the hell we're talking about here on the channel, Sasuke Shinden is a Naruto light novel that is set in the Boruto era. If you want more information, I have a whole playlist going over the novel scene by scene, much in the same way that we're doing here. But with that being said, if you're still here, I'm assuming you're all caught up. So let's get right into the actual discussion. So by this point in the story, Sasuke has brought Team 7 with him on what is a mission that's going to be village level in terms of the threat level. So if they fail, the Hidden Leaf Village, and not just the Hidden Leaf Village, but the Land of Fire itself is going to be in huge problems at this point. And so what Sasuke's done is he's had Team 7 meet him, and they've made their way to the dockyard. And as they're outside of the boat that they're getting ready to sneak onto, what we end up seeing is that Sasuke actually gives Boruto the idea for what's going to become Boruto's compression Rasengan. So what happens here is the fact that Boruto's getting ready to use this Rasengan to break the glass on the window so they can sneak into the ship. But Sasuke stops Boruto, and just by placing his hand on the window, Sasuke uses a very complicated jutsu. He uses a highly compressed fire style jutsu, and he spreads it across the glass and he melts it, and he melts in a way to where it doesn't make a sound. And that right there is highly advanced chakra control. If you're familiar with the Kakashi Retsuden novel, Kakashi does something very similar with an earth style jutsu where he transforms part of the earth style jutsu into glass. Well, you have a similar situation here to where Sasuke, by using the information given to him by the Scientific Ninja Weapon Tech Department, Sasuke figured out compressing that fire style jutsu in this manner. So the reason why this is so impressive is that this is Sasuke once again having worked alongside Katasuke and the other people in the Ninja Weapon Tech Department in order to further advance his jutsu, and it requires really insane chakra control to be able to do something like that. If you're familiar with Boruto's compression Rasengan, you know how insane something like that is. This is the reason why when Kakashi saw Boruto's compression Rasengan, he was very impressed. Moving on to the Sharingan training. As they get onto the ship, Sasuke is about to turn on his Sharingan in order to scout out where the enemy's position is. However, what he does is instead of using the Sharingan to be able to see the chakra signatures of everyone on the ship, because as a reminder, the Sharingan can see chakra as a color, instead he takes the opportunity to task Sarada with it. And when Sarada does so, Sasuke's doing it, number one, to give her real battle experience, but also there's something else going on with this ship. So with the scene and the context finally being set, it's here I'm going to begin reading the scene from the novel, and then I'm going to come back to you guys with my thoughts, and it's here I'm going to begin quoting. "There's no need for that," Sasuke said. He touched his hand to the window. In an instant, the glass melted away like water. Whoa! Boruto's feet slipped in his surprise, and Sasuke caught him to stop him from plunging down into the water and giving away their location. He lifted his elbow and popped up Boruto through the empty window frame to the inside of the ship. "How'd you do that, old man Sasuke?" Boruto's eyes were wide with admiration. "I caused the highly compressed fire style heat to immediately spread across the glass and melt it," Sasuke said. Stepping through the window frame, Sarada and Mitsuki followed after him. Sasuke started to activate his Sharingan to discover the enemy's location, and then he stopped. He looked back at Sarada. "Sarada, can you search the ship with your Sharingan?" "Huh?" His daughter was surprised by the question. "Yeah, but are you sure you want me to do it, Dad?" "This ship's pretty big, Papa. It might be better if you..." Sarada started, but Sasuke cut her off. "You'll be fine. Go ahead. Try it yourself." Sarada closed her eyes. When her lids flew up again, the Sharingan had been activated. A red light shone in her irises. 3 dark Magatama shapes floating inside of them. There's a total of three groups. 4 people on the deck, 4 people behind the central stairs on the 2nd level, and 1 on the far west of the 3rd level, and they've laid explosives, Sarada said. "Explosives?" Boruto shouted, eyes opening wide. "Where? How many of them are there?" Boruto asked again. They're all over. It's a lot of them, Sarada said. He drew a breath in through his teeth. Seriously? Boruto asked. Sasuke closed his eyes and activated his own Sharingan to confirm Sarada's conclusions were accurate. The explosives were in a total of 18 locations. They looked to be set off by timers rather than by proximity. From here, we're each gonna have to move on our own, Sasuke announced, and his students stared at him with wide eyes. What? You mean we're gonna be separated? Mitsuki asked. Sasuke nodded. Boruto, you take the third level. Sarada, you take the second. Mitsuki, you head for the deck. Don't challenge them directly. Aim for a surprise attack and render them helpless. And don't damage the boat if you can help it, Sasuke ordered. What about you, old man Sasuke? Boruto asked. I'll be the one collecting the explosives. Mitsuki and Boruto glanced at each other, half anxious and half excited. Sarada, eyes lowered, looked much less confident. You seem to be anxious, Sarada. Sasuke said. To be honest, I'm kind of worried, Sarada confessed haltingly. When Mitsuki and I chased down those guys in the audience at Lily's concert, the man in the ceiling didn't hesitate to kill them to shut them up, even though they were his own comrades. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on a group with that mindset all by myself, Sarada said, not meeting Sasuke's gaze. That kind of mindset, huh? Sasuke chuckled. That kind of mindset is precisely what limits them. Anyone who doesn't value their comrades is garbage, Sasuke said. Those words were the words of his former teacher. A long time had passed since his young ninja days, but Kakashi continued to be Sasuke's master even now. Sarada looked even more uncertain at that point. Sasuke set his palm down on the top of her head. Don't you look like that. I'll never let my comrades be killed. End quote. Now, what I really like right here is the fact that we see a few different things right here. So number one, Sasuke is allowing Sarada to use her newly awakened 3 Tomoe Sharingan to be able to search the ship. And as she does so, Sasuke's in a situation where he's allowing her to get that battle experience, but also he's taking this opportunity to build up her self-esteem, because if you'll recall, when the concert was going on and she had those 50,000 people in there, Sarada put a lot of stress on herself to be able to guide Team 7 through this mission in order for it to be a success. And the fact that her Sharingan was not able to spot every attacker is something that really hammered home with Sarada's mental state at that point. So what I like right here is that Sasuke's building up his daughter, and he's given her exercises like this as an opportunity to build up her confidence. And what I also like about this is the fact that Sasuke, in a very subtle way, has started to become more and more like Kakashi. Earlier on in the novel, one of the things that Sasuke mentions is the fact that he's jealous of Kakashi's very easy way of training and teaching the next generation. It's not something that he himself was very comfortable with, but in this time here, he's given Team 7 numerous lessons during this time. And even now on a mission with huge ramifications where if they fail the mission, the Land of Fire is going to get a lot of key infrastructure points blown up. Sasuke's continuing to build them up, and that's what I like right there. And what I also like is, again, Sasuke using that compressed fire style jutsu is something that put that seed in Boruto's head. Wait, Sasuke was able to compress his chakra. I need to compress my own chakra when I do the compression Rasengan. It's little small things like that that I really like, that you kind of see small nods, even though they don't say it. You see where the inspiration came from, and given that the writer for the Boruto anime currently is somebody that is a huge fan of these light novels, that wasn't a coincidence right there. So I like seeing that, and I also, again, I like seeing Sasuke take on that real protective role right here. And there's also a small nod about Naruto and Boruto that I'm going to cover in another video, because this one speaks volumes about a huge quote-unquote plot hole that a lot of people have. So my question to you guys is, how do you guys feel about Sasuke choosing to let his daughter undergo her Sharingan training in the field? And also, how do you guys feel about Sasuke taking this time to build up Sarada while on the course of this mission? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching until then. Have an awesome day, guys.